Anger is like invisible chains that bind our mind and heart. This emotion can blind us, leading us to make hasty decisions that we later regret. But the wise warrior knows that the real enemy is always within. To free ourselves from anger is to gain control over ourselves. Inner peace is the first step on the path to freedom and wisdom. Today, we will talk about how to defeat anger and turn it into a source of strength. Anger can destroy, but if we learn to tame it, it can become fuel for creation. We will discuss 8 effective ways to master your emotions so you can become stronger, wiser, and freer. Remember, true strength is not in physical power or loud words. True strength lies in the ability to control yourself, even when emotions rage within. Each of these methods is like a weapon that helps you defeat not only your anger, but also yourself. Prepare yourselves, because this journey will change your life. But before we continue, if this video proves helpful to you, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It will help us grow and continue creating valuable content for you. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025, and your support means a lot. If you want to be a part of this journey, subscribe so you won't miss out on new videos that will help you become stronger and wiser every day. What is anger? Anger is like a storm that starts deep inside us. It is sudden, like a gust of wind, and powerful, like roaring waves. But this storm, despite its force, primarily destroys the one who experiences it. Anger seems like a natural reaction, a way to protect ourselves or express our feelings. However, like a flame that uncontrollably spreads, it consumes its owner, leaving only the ashes of regret, guilt, and broken relationships. If we look at anger from the perspective of a wise warrior, it becomes clear that it is not strength but weakness. After all, a strong person does not succumb to their emotions. They observe them, analyze them, but do not allow them to control them. The samurai does not allow their emotions to control them. They control them just as firmly and confidently as a sword. This ancient wisdom reminds us that our anger is not our enemy, but our teacher, a teacher that shows our weaknesses and the areas where we need to grow. Anger can be compared to a weapon. It can protect or destroy. It all depends on how we use it. But before we begin working with anger, we need to understand its nature. Why does it arise? Where does it come from? Most often, anger comes from a sense of injustice, dissatisfaction, or fear. It is a defensive reaction, a signal from our mind that something is wrong. The problem, however, is that when anger takes over, it doesn't solve the problem, but only makes it worse. Think about how you feel when you're angry. Your heart starts to beat faster, your breath becomes heavier, your muscles tense up, and your mind fills with chaos. You feel like you're at the mercy of a force that is controlling you, not the other way around. And at that moment, it is important to stop and ask yourself, who is in charge here, me or my anger? In the East, they say, anger is a guest, not the master of the house. It comes, but that doesn't mean it has to stay forever. Your task is to learn how to manage this guest without letting it disturb your inner peace. Liberating yourself from anger is not about suppressing emotions, but about recognizing and transforming them. Imagine a samurai who, in the heat of battle, remains composed, confident, and calm. He does not let rage cloud his mind because he knows any wrong move could cost him his life. Similarly, in our lives, anger can make us say words we will regret or make decisions that could destroy our relationships, career, or even health. But how exactly can we tame this storm? What will help us turn anger into strength, not weakness? We will answer these questions in the following steps. We will go over 8 methods that will help you become the master of your emotions, not their slave. These tools will allow you to regain control, find inner peace, and grow stronger. Let's break down, step by step, how to deal with anger, so that it no longer destroys your life, but becomes your ally in the pursuit of wisdom, strength, and freedom. Mindfulness. Find a moment of silence when anger takes hold of you. It is important to take the first step, to recognize your feelings. Most people don't notice the moment when anger begins to build. It takes over them like a sudden storm. But the true warrior knows that the key to victory is to stop, take a deep breath, and look at the situation from the outside. Breathing exercises can become your first tool in fighting anger. When you feel your emotions starting to take over, try a simple technique. Take a deep breath for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 4, and exhale for a count of 4. Repeat this several times. This simple exercise will help you regain control over your mind. Christianity also teaches us mindfulness. In the letter to the Ephesians, it says, "Let all bitterness, wrath, anger, be put away from you." These words remind us that anger is a temptation we must overcome in order to live in peace with ourselves and with God. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Compassion is a shield against rage, said one of the wise. Anger often arises when we face someone else's injustice or mistakes, but instead of allowing rage to control us, try imagining yourself in the other person's position. Why did they act this way? Perhaps they are struggling with difficulties you don't know about. Samurais used this practice to understand the motives of their enemies. They believed that a true warrior should be able to see the world through another's eyes, in order to make balanced decisions. This idea resonates in Christianity as well. Christ taught forgiveness and compassion. If your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him a drink. These words remind us that mercy can destroy the barriers of anger. Accept anger as a teacher. Anger is often seen as an enemy to be suppressed. But what if we start to view it as a teacher? Every time you experience this emotion, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Perhaps anger points to your weaknesses or fears that still need to be overcome. Keeping an emotion journal is a great way to understand what triggers your anger. Each evening, write about your experiences, what specifically caused the irritation, how you responded, and what you could have done differently. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns and gain a better understanding of yourself. In Christian tradition, anger is seen as a manifestation of human weakness, but it can also be an opportunity for spiritual growth. The Apostle James wrote, "The anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God." This means our task is to transform anger into wisdom and strength through forgiveness and repentance. Train patience. Patience is a virtue that helps us cope with anger. But as one samurai said, patience is a sword that is tempered in the fire of trials. Developing patience is not easy, but it is a skill that can change your life. Start small. When you encounter frustrating situations, instead of reacting, give yourself time. Tell yourself, "I will wait 10 seconds before responding." This simple action helps to loosen anger's grip and regain control. Meditation and mindfulness in everyday life are powerful tools for developing patience. For example, try paying more attention to simple things: the smell of morning coffee, the sounds of nature, the sensations in your body. This helps slow down the mind and strengthens your ability to remain calm in difficult situations. Christianity emphasizes the value of patience. In Proverbs, it says, "Better a patient person than a warrior, those with self-control than those who take a city." These words remind us that patience is a strength that surpasses physical might and helps us live in harmony with ourselves and others. Redirect energy into action. Anger is fuel. Use it to move forward, not to destroy. Anger is energy, and although this energy often seems destructive, it can be transformed into a creative force. Imagine a raging stream of water. It can break a dam, or it can turn the blades of a mill, generating power. The key is learning to channel this force in the right direction. When anger overwhelms you, instead of lashing out at others or losing control, try physical activity. It could be a run, weight training, or even a simple walk. These actions will help release built-up energy while also clearing your mind. Another way to redirect anger is through creativity. Many great works of art, music, or literature were created under the influence of strong emotions. Write down your thoughts, take up drawing, or play an instrument. In this way, instead of destruction, you'll create something valuable. In Christianity, action is viewed as a way of serving God. Instead of letting anger take over, dedicate yourself to good deeds. As Romans 12:21 says, "Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Forgive to free yourself. He who holds a grudge carries a heavy burden. Forgive, and you will find freedom." Forgiveness is a powerful tool that helps free us from anger. Grudge is a heavy burden we carry on our shoulders. It not only poisons our relationships with others, but also destroys us from within. When you forgive, you do not justify the actions of the other person. You free yourself from the shackles of the past. The samurai understood that forgiving an enemy was a sign of true strength. In one legend, a samurai spared his enemy, showing that true victory lies not in destruction, but in self-control. Christianity directly calls for forgiveness. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus says, "If you forgive others their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you." Forgiveness is the path to inner peace and reconciliation with God. Develop a sense of gratitude. Anger cannot exist where gratitude is. Replace one with the other. When anger takes hold of us, it closes our eyes to all the good things in our lives. We begin to focus only on the negative. Developing a sense of gratitude is a way to break this cycle. Try a simple practice. Every evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They could be something significant, like the support of family, or small things, like a warm cup of tea on a cold day. Gradually, you'll start noticing more good around you, and the anger will fade away. The Bible repeatedly speaks about the importance of gratitude. In Philippians 4:2-6 it says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God." Gratitude helps not only to cope with anger, but also strengthens our connection with the Creator. Surround yourself with peace and wisdom. We become like those we surround ourselves with. Surround yourself with calm, inspiring people. The influence of our environment on us is immense. If you are constantly among people who succumb to anger and irritation, you risk becoming like them. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with wise, inspiring individuals, it will help you maintain inner peace. Seek calmness in nature. Walks in the forest, watching rivers and mountains, help calm the mind and feel connected to something greater. Also, read books that fill you with wisdom. Listen to music that brings peace. In Christianity, particular attention is given to one's surroundings. Proverbs 13:20 says, "Whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm." It is important to choose those who inspire and strengthen you in faith, peace, and love. Each of us can conquer our anger. It's not an easy path, but it is the one that sets us free. Anger is a natural emotion that everyone experiences, but it's important to remember that its influence on us depends on how we handle it. Overcoming anger is not just a task, it's a journey that requires awareness, patience, and strength of spirit. Each of these steps we've discussed are tools that will help you not only manage your anger, but also become stronger, wiser, and freer. The path to conquering anger is not easy. It's an ongoing process of self-work, but the more you apply these methods in your life, the easier it will be to control your emotions and remain in harmony with yourself. And this is where true freedom lies. Freedom from your own limitations, from impulsive reactions, and from destructive emotions. Your strength will grow, and with each step, you will become more confident and calm. No matter the external circumstances. Motivational call. Remember, a true warrior defeats not enemies outside, but himself. Start today, and you will see how your life transforms. A true warrior is not one who battles external enemies, but one who conquers himself. Victory over your own anger and emotions makes you truly strong. When you learn to control your inner storms, when you can control your reaction to the world, you will be able to move forward, no matter what. Start small. Take conscious steps every day, and you will see how anger loses its power over you. Transform your life. Don't let emotions dictate the terms. You are the one who decides how to react to what's happening. Final wisdom. Freedom begins with one thought. I control myself. True freedom is not about external circumstances, but the ability to control yourself. When you realize that your inner world depends only on you, you begin to understand that everything else loses its power. Freedom doesn't come from the outside. It starts from within, in your mind. And it's from this thought that you should begin your journey of transformation. When you realize that you control yourself, your attitude towards anger and other emotions will change. Call to action. If this video helped you, share it with those who are also seeking freedom from anger. Together, let's become stronger. If you feel that this path can help others, share this video. Let those who are searching for ways to conquer their anger and find inner freedom also learn about the methods we've discussed. Together, we can become stronger. Together, we can overcome our weaknesses and reach a new level of understanding of ourselves and the world. Help those who are seeking inner peace. Share this wisdom, and let it become a tool for all who wish to live in harmony with themselves and the world around them.
Subscribe to our channel. Are you ready to become the best version of yourself? On our channel, we share samurai techniques and lessons that will help you develop your charisma, confidence, and inner strength. If you're looking for real self-development tools and striving for personal growth, you'll find exactly what you need here. By developing your thinking and choosing quality content, you not only become a more interesting person, but also create an aura around you that attracts people. Knowing how to attract others starts with working on yourself, and that work never ends. Every day is an opportunity to become a better person, and your efforts will be noticed.